Ain't that I can't even delete.
I did that on purpose. Don't trip. I was dribbling the ball. He looked like he was sitting like, bruh, what was that? We can't have that.
Nah, I was looking at these comments. I didn't even realize there was a ball for a second there.
Uh, we got comments. Hello. Hey, everybody.
No, I'm
Oh,
making a comment and I accidentally hit enter too early.
we'll be starting shortly.
And you can't delete the YouTube comments.
I'm gonna put you in timeout. I just noticed you could do that.
Yeah, I just noticed it too.
I thought there was gonna be an edit button.
It depends on the platform. So I can delete the Facebook one, but I can't delete the YouTube one.
I wonder if you can go on YouTube directly. Take it back.
Yeah, I'm sure I could. All right.
Good high quality H2O. Did you see this young Rodriguez cat for the Mariners? Just knocked out two-time home run derby champ Adonis.
Nah, I don't even know what you're talking about over there, bro.
Home run derby going on.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the derby. It's all about the derby.
hello to all of the watchers. Welcome to What's Happening. We'll be starting shortly, waiting on our guest. Oh, there he is right there. I'm going to tap you in right now, bro.
All right, bet.
What up?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yes,
going on?
sir.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, fellas?
Man, long time no
Hey,
see,
listen.
What's
Yes,
going
sir.
on, bro?
Hey, my apologies, man, on the tardiness.
You
Bad
good.
time to have technical difficulties, but I appreciate y'all.
Hey,
It's all
like I
good.
told you, I always make in a little extra time anyway, so it worked out.
Appreciate that.
Just in case. I'm just sharing it out now so folks can watch it as they scroll on their phone.
Okay. Look at my dark. Can y'all see me? Or do I look shadowy?
Nah, I'm shadowy probably. That's the only person that's shadowy.
Let me see if I could.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop the derby because I see it's like flagging.
Oh, the internet?
Yeah, I had the Hulu playing the Derby, the home run Derby, and streaming with y'all, and I could see I started lagging.
Mm, you always trying to watch something while we trying to record.
Yeah, that's what you got multiple screens for.
I think that's all of them. So, Mike, you know how we start this off. We have our little banter. I'll bring you in, and we just go from there. Manny, what up,
All right, for
bro?
sure.
Appreciate you tapping in with us every single week. Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays. My guy's there. Fred, you ready?
As always,
All right, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Trying to think of us. You got your segue this week?
you never know, man. You never know. Good. You trying to throw it in early, try to put some pressure on,
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Worst case scenario, there's another code open for you.
huh?
Welcome to What's Happening. I'm Brad.
I'm Fred.
It's the show we talk about what's happening. What's happening with you, bro?
Not much, bruh. Just chilling for real, working, trying to, flip some cars. I done found a diesel truck, and I think I want it. So now I got to flip a couple whips because I want to put a snow plow on that joint. You know what I mean, and be ready for the wintertime. See what kind of different venture I can get into. You know me. So what's good with you?
Man, you never cease to amaze me, bro. I can promise you, you'll be the only person that I know with a diesel truck and a boat.
Bro, I like different stuff. That's all I can say. I'm not normal.
Hey, man. No, I respect it. I'm good, man. I am ready for a day off tomorrow. It's been a weird little week. So I mean I'm off, but I got stuff to do. So it is what it is, man. And you there's our segue. You're not the only
Hey. Let's say this been a weird little week.
You want a
uh,
cow catcher, huh? This is wild.
man. So speaking of weird, man, we got my guy. This is somebody I've known. However old you are, that's how long I've known you. I think
That's
if I
right.
remember correctly, I think I got a couple years on you on the
Yes,
age
sir.
side.
Yes,
And
sir.
man, all's my life. All's my life. We go way back to being we go way back. So
Right. Right.
this is my homie, my brother, my cousin, whatever you want to call him. Long time, lifetime. My boy Mike, how you feel, man?
Excellent, brother. Bless, bless, bless. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Hey, listen, y'all gonna blow up, bro. Y'all gonna blow up. Listen,
Why you say
I
that?
I've never in my the contrast between you two and the way that it fits, bro, is crazy. Like I've never just sat there sucked into figuring out who's favorite superhero or who's the best superhero. And I'm invested. I'm invested, man. So listen, I it's real talk, man. It's an honor to be here. I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, I appreciate you giving us a little bit of
You
your
stopping
time, man.
by.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem,
man.
man. No problem.
So, man, we wanted to talk about, kind of what you got going on.
Yeah,
On my for those of you that know me personally, on my Facebook, 3, 4 ish months ago, I was like, hey, y'all gotta check out these two people that just recently dropped their musical projects. I told you about Brandon. We had him on about a month or so ago. And then I told you about my guy Mike right here. He dropped his Weird and Peculiar EP.
yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
man, I want to talk about how you got into that, man. What made you move in that direction? I could remember when we were kids. So, all right, let me just peel back the covers all the way. So, the church that I grew up in, the church that I grew up in, the pastor is Mike's grandfather, and I remember there's this little period. Do you remember, like 2000, 2001? We were trying to be a gospel rap group.
Bro, that's wild. That's so wild. I didn't even think about that.
Only reason I remember it so well is because I couldn't decide if I wanted my name to be Right or Be Holy.
That's
Hey, both of
crazy,
them is
bro.
fire though, bro. On
Right.
everything,
Beyond fire.
like right now, like you was ahead of your time on that one.
You know,
Right,
and
right, right.
there is a guy that's Be Right.
Yeah.
So
Is he a gospel rapper?
yeah, and it's BRITE. So Be Right, not it ain't
Right.
spelled the right way, but
Play
he's
on
trying to be
words.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He's being weird and peculiar. You see what I did there?
Is that see what I did there? I love it, man. So honestly, bro, so back in high school, I was in two different rap groups. The first one, bro, when I tell you we talked about some of the grimiest stuff, bro, like, I mean, like we came all just straight from the block, gang banged up or whatever. But of course, that wasn't me. I'm portraying something that I see or I think this is what hip hop is. You know what I mean? So after I left that group, I joined another group, and we would more so talk about the party life, the drugs, the women, the money, and all that type of stuff. Which again was me putting on a persona because I thought this is what cool is, or this is what's gonna make me be respected more so as an artist. And I've been through so many different stages in my life, y'all, where I've put on different representatives. So, I grew up in Detroit. Was born in Detroit, but grew up more so in the suburbs. So it's like I'll be listening to Wayne or I'll be listening to BG and whatever. But at the same time, I'm listening to NSYNC. So it's like I got these two different. So you can catch me one year at school, sagging my pants, got my white tee on and all that. I used to I used to order fake jewelry online, y'all, like blinged out jewelry for like $30, just so I could be like, hey, y'all, you see me, you know what I mean? And then I went from that situation to being like super poppy to the point where I would go to Old Navy, right, and wear them Old Navy vests and like, so I'm saying I just was always trying to find myself, y'all. So I let the music thing go for a while, got more so into some theater stuff after I stopped playing football. But about a year and a half ago, or say 2020, 2020-ish, I was asking God, because I'm like, all right, God, I can sing, I can dance, I can rap, I can act, I can do all this stuff. It's like, but where do I go? What you want me to do? Like, what direction do you want me to go in? Because I'm tired of being out here acting like I'm something that I'm not. I'm trying to commit to myself. What's my purpose? Real talk. You know what I mean? And then he gave me a vision, bro. Something so vivid. So I'm knocked out. First, I'm asleep. I got a dream, bro, of like I'm in this dark hallway, and I could see these dark demonic entities on my right and my left, like lined up, right? And as I'm going down the hallway, they're stabbing me. So I'm bleeding as I'm walking. But as I'm bleeding, I'm touching these people, right? Because I could tell they're in, shapes of human, but like in a dark demonic form, right? And as I'm touching them, they're changing. They're becoming like real humans, and they're thanking me and they're rejoicing. And I'm still going down the line, right? And then jump to this scene where I got this CD in my hand and I'm bloodied up. And I'm like, my family's around me. I'm like, hey, y'all got to get this out. They don't want this to get out. They don't want this to get out. Bro, when I tell you I woke up from that dream, went downstairs and started writing again. And it's been history since then, bro. And that was a couple years ago that God brought me back to music with a real purpose, with a real vision, with a real drive, something that he confirmed in so many different ways to just show everybody like there's all different versions of what this means, of what weird means. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a black dude. I'm from suburbs. Some people talk about the way that I speak and I pronounce my words. You know what I'm saying? But I get prejudged in so many different ways. You know, like to some black people, I'm too white. To some white people, I'm too black. You know what I mean? To this culture, I should look and sound like this. To this culture, I should look and sound like that. So when I rap, the inflection of my voice, some people are like, "Oh, you ain't gangster enough. Change your tone." Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Because when I rap, I'm up here. Da, 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 da. I'm all, you know what I'm saying, doing all that, and the antics and things like that. Some people can't get with because they look at me and they think I should sound or be a certain way. You know, and even the people that look like they always got it all together, bro. Like, why do we have situations where we put these people on pedestals and they're killing themselves? Because we think for some reason they got it all together, but they're so weird inside and don't have nobody to talk to about it. They can't come out to nobody about it because it's like, oh, you're going to think I'm different, or you're going to think I'm, something's wrong with me because you got this picture of who I am and all this glorious, but inside I'm torn apart. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, bro, everybody has their own version of this, and I'm just trying to bring it to light, show empathy to all walks of life, bro. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Dope.
That was.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That's real. That's real.
So, okay. So what is your version of weird? Like, so, or how are you breaking down, you know what I'm saying, these different versions? Like, I get, you know what I'm saying, you touched on the race category, you touched on, you know what I'm saying, people's perspectives, but do you categorize them, you know what I'm saying, like deeper than just race, or, you know what I'm saying, perspective? Like,
yeah, absolutely. So I think the beauty about this music, man, is if you listen to Weird and Peculiar, it's kind of like, I would say, like a synopsis in the sense of what God has given me, or what I'm trying to do. So like, I'll talk about depressive thoughts. I'll talk about how you're gonna be judged, but there's nothing wrong with you being judged because everybody's judged in a sense in their own way. But now, speaking to your point, going into with the new EP is coming out, and what the album is going to be about is actually categorizing that. So let's talk about being the rich kid, but being misunderstood and having to prove yourself just because your parents have wealth. So now you're the rich kid and you're having issues there. Let's talk about being the fat kid, because that was me, bro. Like, I mean, I wasn't necessarily always like the super fat kid, but in a sense, I always struggled with my weight for a while, till I decided to get in shape. And really, that was motivated off of, the hate. Like, I would dance, bro, and for a long time, my dancing was more a glory to myself because, like, I'm trying to get the chicks, I'm trying to get the ladies, like, they like to dance, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And then one time, bro, somebody was like, "Oh yeah, you dancing, you killing it," but a dude was hating. He was like, "Yeah, but you're like a fat usher." That's what he said. He's like, "You doing it, but you like."
Hey, you fucking that joint up, dude. At that point, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Right.
I'm like, Fat Ray right here, baby.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, stuff like that, bro, would crush me. And I'm really honestly just trying to think about and share in those deepest perspectives that I can, and talk about, the impoverished kid who grew up in the projects can relate to the trailer park white dude that grew up in the trailer park. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring light to all these things that you're talking about, and maybe even in that sense, we can all start to see that, hey, this person is kind of like me in this sense, or the person that's blacked out with, emo and just look like they going through it, whatever. It's the same thing that the girl that's got all her stuff together, living in the rich neighborhood, is going through the same thing, but she just expressed it differently and is hiding it. And these people are expressing their depression on the outside. So if we can get these two to see that, hey, we're alike in a sense. We both got our own version of weird. Why would I grow up hating on you just because, you're not hiding the stuff that I'm going through. You know what I mean? So, is there?
I appreciate. Go ahead, bro.
No, yeah, I've had this thought in my head, for the last year, really, really since we started this podcast. I've had this thought for a while, but so many people think that they are like you have like one-on-one conversations with people, and they'll be like, you know what, like I don't actually think like this like most people do. I actually have my own thought, and it's gotten me to this point where everybody is unique. We are
Right,
all we are all just everybody thinks that they're the one that are just like way different, but the truth is that we all have our own unique perspectives and thoughts on every part of this world, every part of life.
right,
But what
right,
it is that we all either fall into the lowest common denominator on a certain topic or subject, or we assume that everybody else has,
right,
because it's easier to just box people into a spot as opposed to sitting down and having a long form conversation where you actually just listen and understand, and then you realize, oh wow, I do have like similarities. Like,
right.
you know, two people like Fred and Brad can be great friends, just
You
like
know what
like
I'm
Ian.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all too. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, this is so weird, bro. Like, bro, like you get on, like, and especially the way your voice is, and when I listen to the podcast, the way Brad speaks and the way you speak, Fred, it's like, dang, these boys sound like they come from two different cloths. But that ain't even true.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't even true. You would hear them be like, "Wait, I don't know if they must have just linked up. I don't know." Nah, bro. Like this is, you know what I mean. So that's exactly what I'm saying, bro. This show is so weird, and that's what makes it dope, bro.
Well, and that I think that was one thing that what I'm saying, when me and Brad met, we kind of prided ourselves on that we could really talk to any walk of life. Like, what I'm saying, we
Right,
didn't have to be on the same playing field to be able to understand who we were, what I'm saying, dealing with. And that's what made it
right,
so great, because the field that we was in, we met people from all walks of life. You know what I
right.
mean? And it some certain aspects, like as little as, when I have a lawyer come in that's like, hey, I need to make a payment arrangement. I'm like, don't y'all make like payment? You know what I mean? But they bring it down to perspective, because I'm making payment arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Like life is what
Right,
it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like you say, we got similarities, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like we still we different. We got our own things that we like to do and how we like to do it. You know what I mean? Or
right.
whatever. So you know what I mean? Like I think, you know what I'm saying, that's a great subject and a great aspect to go after. You know,
Appreciate that.
I would ask the question though is how, and I mean I guess I know how, but is sometimes it's easier for others to say than it is for others to do. But how would one go about having these conversations, you know what I'm saying, when truthfully we're all bottled up because we're scared of how the next person is gonna judge us from
Right,
those years of trauma of being judged. You know what I mean? Because I
right,
was judged like you, my own brother. Like, man, you built like a cartoon. You look like you skinny. You pull your shirt up and it just fall out. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't
right,
even
right,
no fat kid, but like, you know what I
right, bro.
mean? It
Right,
that's
and
the
that stuff
type
will
of,
stick with you.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
so you try to maintain a certain weight or aspect just to, you know what I mean, not be, you know what I mean, one of the ones, or like some people feel like you should be more athletic than what you are, or like because you come from athletic people, or for instance,
right.
me and my brother, we used to, you know what I'm saying, like we had a little rap group, you know what I'm saying, just me and him at church trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that. But I'm not, that's why you looking like, because I can't rap. He wrote it all. He wrote he wrote it all, you know what I'm saying? I would, you know what I mean? Like he'd get to like little writer block spots and I'd give him, you know what I'm saying, like a little 2-line rhyme, you know what I mean, or something to fill in. But that was about to the extent of it. I can't draw, but we had a whole clothing line. We used to draw out clothing line aspects of shirts, you know what I'm saying? I give him the ideas, he put it down. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
right,
it was, we was different, you know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, trauma aspects that, we didn't look at as trauma. We just was like, it was tough love, or, you know what I'm saying, just him being weird, like him and his friends would pick on me. My
Right.
mom be like, why you go hang with, you know what I'm saying, your cousin, you know what I'm saying? She a female. I'd be like, well, why would I want to hang with them when I'm the butt of their jokes where I could go over
Right.
here and
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we joke with each other, but it's all love. Like we could kick it with each other and it's all love. We go kick it with
Right.
amongst others and it's all love. But every time I'm over here, I'm always the outcast or the eyeball out because I ain't, you know what I'm saying, rocking with them. So how does
Right.
one have that conversation, you know what I'm saying, when we are holding that in?
Right. So I think the first thing, bro, is through the power of music, getting people to believe and accept the message. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you have that level of influence, you know, you can get people to dial in to certain things and have certain conversations because they're already believing in the message that's held at a standard in a sense. Like if whoever, you know, your favorite rapper, your favorite artist is, you're really invested. You know, this dude, hey, when I listen to his music or his or her music, you know, it helped me change my life. It helped me do this, blah, 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 blah. If that person says, hey, I'm actually going to start a foundation or an organization where in some sense that these two people can have that conversation. And that's great you say that, man, because that's the vision. Like Weirdo Pat. I don't know if I got it in the back of my shirt. Yeah, you see that? Hashtag Weirdo Pat.
Yep.
All right, so this pack, bro, that's the vision. That's the organization. We're thinking about some nonprofit ideas and, you know, bigger picture, but it goes beyond the music to transcend, man, because it's not just like you said. One needs to have that conversation because if not, if you bottling up, that's where um, the defeat happens. That's where closing this door and being trapped in with my thoughts, you know, is the issue. So I'm trying to push the music. I'm trying to get people to understand more of me and more of my heart. And I feel like at a certain point, once we have built up that value in what we're saying, we can then start to open it up to having real life and real world applications to what the music is even talking about. You know, I want to have seminars. I want to have open forums in a sense. Like I want to dig deep into that, bro. You know, so I appreciate that, but that's definitely, you know, it ain't just about saying it, it's about being about it for real in action.
Mm.
So I feel like that's a quick segue to, you know what I'm saying, throw out there. They changed the suicide hotline to 988. You know what I mean? If anybody ever feel the need to just need to talk to somebody,
Amen.
988 from your phone or whatnot, get you to somebody to talk to if you don't have nobody or feel like you ain't got nobody. So just a quick segue on that. Um,
Awesome.
but so real quick, because you talk about action, and I'm a person of action. You can ask
Right.
Bradley. I just had him a whole little assignment this past week, low key.
High key.
High key.
so, so, but do you have a weirdo pack group on Facebook?
Not yet. Not yet.
What you waiting for?
I know, bro. Listen, okay,
Hey,
so
when
here's
we
the
get
thing.
off of here,
Hey, bro.
when we get off of here, I need a weirdo pack group. You know what I'm saying? I want to be
Bro,
able to join the weirdo pack group. I want to talk to other weirdos. You know what I mean? Like you got to
I
create the
feel that.
community.
I feel
That
that.
community will create the foundation, the fundraisers, the community outreach events. It'll, you know what I mean? Once you put it
Yeah.
together, you know what I mean? It just a snowball effect. It'll build.
So you feel like those things can go simultaneously as opposed to having people believe in the music and the message through that way. In that way, in the sense, I'm like, well, maybe people aren't ready necessarily to express, but once they start to believe in what I'm saying and get involved in that, they're gonna be like, oh well, I got my pack of weirdos. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
two weirdos right there. That makes three of us. So you know what I mean. Yes, I do
But
believe it. It can
okay,
go
okay,
simultaneously, and the reason I believe it can go simultaneously is because we all express differently. Some
Right.
people need that pack of individuals to vibe with and mesh with. Others is okay with taking it from the music and still holding it. Others is, you know what I'm saying, okay with going to an event that, you know what I'm saying, others that's, you know, not like them but like them is going to be at, and being able to find a friend that they can actually talk to person. You know what I'm saying?
I
We
like that.
all
I like that.
interact and deal with things differently. So everything has to run simultaneously in order to reach as many people as possible. You know what I mean?
I
Like
agree.
that would be my take on it, or my feel. You know what I mean? Because you just never know, you know what I'm saying, who you're helping, or who, you know what I'm saying, um just may take to it, you know what I mean? So
Right, right,
and
right,
and not only that, you know, you be saving people, but you're letting everybody mix. It's not, you're not labeled by, you know what I'm saying, the white, the token black guy, you know what I'm saying,
right, right,
or the you know, not so gangster, you know, when you're in your own neighborhood, or because you come from the suburbs, you don't understand what they go through. God, like
right,
you're not him.
right.
You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? You Mike E. You know what I'm saying? You weird, just like me.
Right, right.
And you know what I mean? That's all I know. And until I get to know you, you know what I mean? That's what it is. And I think that's great for just humanity in general. You know what I mean? Like that's another way to bridge that gap where you can see no color.
I appreciate that, man. I agree. You know what? In a sense, maybe my hesitance is still because I feel like I might be judged. You know, maybe it's still thinking about, well, is that too weird? Is that I got to get more people to think it's cool because it's too weird to start doing that off the bat. You know what I mean? So you're right, bro.
So
Because I mean, who
so
knows? That conversation right now could be with somebody and he's like, right now.
so it's weird for you to wear that weird ass shirt around talking about weird pack, but you do it.
Almost every day, bro.
I mean, I'm just
Almost
saying, you
every
know what I
day.
mean? Like, so
Yeah,
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 you know what I mean? We want to, like, because it's the same with me. Okay, for instance, I put myself in that same category as Bradley. I believe in organic, you know what I'm saying, follow or organic, you know what I'm saying, build for any platform or business that I do. I don't share my stuff. Why? Because I feel like the people that's on my page anyway, 90% of them ain't finna support. So what's the point?
mm-hmm.
I'd rather go
Mm-hmm.
after people that really wants to support. He'll be like, man, you ain't shared for what? You don't know them jokes. I know them. They could care less about me. They don't nobody call me, nobody check on me. They
Yeah,
don't, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
so, but in
For
the
the
same,
record, I ain't never said that to Fred.
you have asked me why I ain't shared it, and I told you exactly why, and we haven't had the conversation since. But you know what I'm saying? It like because he'll even make little, you know what I'm saying? Like, so basically all my people, you know what I'm saying, that know me is really, you know, supporting. You know what I mean? Like that's his way of saying you're not you're not sharing enough, my brother.
Right,
But
right.
I believe in organicness because don't nobody really care if you succeed or not. People just want something to say. I've been holding on to a post that I've been thinking about putting on Facebook. Like, you remember growing up, like a dance will come out. I don't care how hard you hit that dance. It's always gonna be that one black person who's like, man, you ain't hitting that joker right. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Nah, you ain't on beat, man. You ain't on beat. I don't care how hard you hit it. You could be the best one in that joint.
True,
And it's
bro.
still somebody talking about, you ain't hitting that. You ain't hitting that like you supposed to be hitting that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like so
That's the
what that
common example. I was telling you, I was dancing and everybody loved it, but one dude was like, "You fat Usher."
it, all because he couldn't dance. You know what I'm
Exactly, bro.
saying?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is like I be at home and I dance. They be like, you know, he'll talking about, oh, you jumping too high, or you ain't no beat or whatnot. I go all the way to California to a whole different event and hit the Hilton. They like, God damn, was you in the video? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You walk it
Exactly.
out and the whole nine. Everybody like, shit, now nobody do that over here, player. You know you ain't from over here. You know what I'm saying? But at home, nah, you trash. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
it's
true,
just
bro.
so you know what I'm saying. You can't care. You know what I mean? You just got to go out there, put the message out there, and the ones that's really gonna rock with you, gonna rock with you. The ones that see the message gonna see the message. You ain't gonna be able to save everybody. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to get everybody to see it.
Right.
But you're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, the ones that need to see it, see it. You're gonna get the groups that need to be together. You know what I mean? And that's what you should be after. It doesn't matter about, you know what I'm saying, the masses or whoever. You know what I mean? That's another thing I tell people all the time. Like when you get to them discussions where they be like, you know, this celebrity or they, you know what I'm saying, they a hoe or they this, they didn't come back, they didn't, you know what I'm saying, they didn't give back. That's hard for me to believe. That's one thing I tell people all the time. I don't believe that.
Right.
You know how many times I done told somebody or somebody else, man, I got $1 million idea. And everybody like, well, go ahead and do it and I'll see how that work out. And then I'll jump in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or they like, oh man, that's stupid. Don't nobody want that. You know what I mean? Nobody gonna do that. But then as soon as it blow, then all of a sudden, oh man, he ain't come back. He ain't look out for the hood. What was y'all at though when we was on the ground, when the idea was fresh, when I was asking everybody for their input, for their bread, for what they had, nobody wanted to jump in.
Right.
As soon as it's big, then all of a sudden you the man. Everybody know you from your homes. Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, we went to school together. It's just what it is. Don't worry about everybody else. Create that shit.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Dang, I didn't know I was gonna come on here and get motivated, bro.
Hey,
Appreciate
for
that,
real.
bro.
Hey, that's me, bro. You welcome, man. That's what I love to see. That's what warmed my heart. That's my other weird spot. Is just, man, I love seeing people succeed, go after their dreams, after what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I am. You know what I mean? If it's something that you want to do, I'll look into it with you, try to help you figure out what you need to figure out. You know what I'm saying? If I feel like you need to take some action, I'm gonna tell you, hey, you need to take some action, man. What you talking about, man? Why you keep talking? Come on.
Right.
People
You're
gonna
right,
be
bro.
listening.
Hey, hold me accountable, bro.
People gonna be listening to this on the podcast and be like, did Bradley take this week off? Because Fred just went straight for like 20 minutes. Oh man.
Hey man, but I appreciate that. It's
No,
talking.
man.
You know what I mean?
Everyone is unique. Everyone is unique. For the listeners, man, he's in the comments saying I gravitate towards this because I'm the weirdo that listens to Mozart, Tech Nine, Kill Switch Engage. I embrace that heavily. Being from Detroit myself, I'm comfortable whether bro,
whether
Whether
others are not take me as I am or make yourself look bad, shunning me. No one person is better than the other, but my eyes as still show major love regardless. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, coach.
We can roast Manny. That's one of my high school homies.
Hey, look. As hey, you a football player, Mike. You said, as coach say, you put your pants on the same way I do. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
You go out there, clean that chest plate. Hey, they gonna have to show you. It's just that simple.
That's lit, bro. And saying you listen to Tech Nine, you know, all the way to heavy metal to whatever, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. And it's crazy because I'm sure I don't know that dude, but I'm sure if I looked at him, I probably wouldn't even know. Probably wouldn't even get all that. You know what I mean?
No.
Nah, you definitely would. I mean, shoot.
And he looked like us. So I said I went to high school with him. Homie always had on the do-rag.
Right. That's lit. You know what I'm saying? The do-rag raging, bro.
but
I love that. Listen to Mozart like in the do-rag.
Why you get judged though on the way you wear your do-rag? Why was that?
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you wore the cape do-rag, you know what I'm saying? You're lower tiered, you know what I'm saying, do-rag material. Like you almost over there with the white boys, but your skin tone say you still black, but we don't understand why you wear a do-rag. Then you got your ones who They tied into two, you know what I'm saying, that hang side to side. They a little more, you know what I'm saying? You probably get a little money, huh? You know what I mean? Then the ones
Right.
that roll into the bun, yeah, you the pretty boy type, huh?
Right,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro.
Like why
Different categories of do-rag.
like just the way you wear your do-rag, like that was bizarre to me, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It be like that.
Do-rag categories is not something I would ever talk about. No, don't blame that on autocorrect. Man, and
somebody
AB is
posted
in the comment
scripture.
section as well. That's AB. That's my guy too. What was that scripture he posted? It was Luke
It was
4,
Luke
24.
4:24.
And
And he
I can read.
said, "Verily I say unto you, no prophet is accepted in his own country."
Yeah,
And you know what? That rings so true. That's something that I never used a scripture. Let me not make that seem like I was quoting scripture. Hey, stop it. I went to church. They called me church boy, so quit playing with me. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
weirdo.
Hey, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I would tell people in my town, like especially growing up, it was a lot of cats that want to be rappers, family members. And I used to tell them, don't come over here rapping to me and you don't want the truth. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not gonna play with you. If you trash, you trash. If you know what I'm saying, got something decent, you got something decent. But it was few big things that I had. But the biggest one, I would tell them all the time, I said, y'all biggest problem is y'all sit around here and get everybody hyped, but nobody know y'all. Go rock somebody else's city. You know what I'm saying? Go build a fan base in somebody else's city and then come back home and tell me, hey, my shit hot. If you ain't got nobody else somewhere else, like if you can't go sell out the same little rinky dink ass bar that you do here and somebody else holding the wall town, then you ain't shit.
So that's a good little segue. What made you guys move down to Georgia and talk about that in between time of from high school to you deciding to get back into rapping last year or 2 years ago rather.
Yeah, bro. So when I was 19, the folks moved down here with my little brother to Georgia, and I was still up in Michigan. So I got a spot with me and three of my other boys. We got an apartment, stayed up near U of M, Ann Arbor area, and just lived that party lifestyle for like 4 years. Like we had a few apartments, we had a crib together and everything. And then my brother was having a child. He was having a boy. And so when that happened, I was like, man, I'm not going to let my nephew not know who I am. I'm moving. So that's when I came down here to Georgia, which was one of the best decisions of my life, man, just because God has unlocked so many things, man. I met my wife down here, bro. After I met her, I married her in 6 months. 6 months, bro.
I had to lock that one down now.
I know for sure.
Right. So confirmation there, man. And then too, bro, it's just, during these times where I would look like, people always would think I'm just such a confident person, or, I got it all together, and, in a sense. And these were some of the darkest times that I would be in my closet, like, in tears about just all this mental, these mental things that are bogging me down, these voices that are talking to me, telling me I'm not this, or I'll never be that, or I just never felt good enough, in a sense. Like when we talk about celebrities, we talk about people idolizing people. I was the kid who would look at celebrities and, okay, I'm looking at Usher, right? I'm copying Usher's moves, but I'm also looking at Usher on the red carpet. Also looking at Chris Brown. I'm also looking at how these people walk, how they talk, how they hold themselves, how they, I'm actually studying and becoming a student because I feel like this is what is cool. This is what's going to make me, you know what I mean? So those thought processes from a child all the way up until, honestly, until I started doing this, man, I feel like I never even really found myself until now. And getting all the hate I got, coming out the gate, getting all the um, you think you're this, or you ain't getting out the hood, man. I'm like, bro, I'm not even in the hood. What are you talking about? Like, that's the you know what I'm saying? Like, all these things will change your tone and blah blah blah. Oh, I thought you were white when I first heard it, but when I see you, all this crap, man. It in the catalyst of the visions that I was given, all the hate just propelled me, bro. It's like, dang, I don't know if Brad, I know you follow me on TikTok and IG. I posted a little bit ago a whole DM of this dude just called me, corny, you corny nigga, and all this blah blah blah. And I was like, bro, I was like, you're exactly why I do this. I was like, it's amazing how you took the time to try to crap on my day, bro. And I look at your page, you got like no friends, no posts. I was like, bro, whatever version of weird you are that is holding you back from being yourself and then taking this time to try to shut other people's down. I was like, I pray that you listen to what I'm doing, bro, because you needed to. And then he was like, oh man, but blah blah blah, your music ain't this old school, nobody like that, alternative hip hop, old school Eminem type sounded or whatever, blah blah blah, he was saying. And I was like, bro, I gotta be me. Like, I have to be me. I gotta be me for you. You don't even understand. You know what I mean? You're not being yourself. You think this is cool, putting me down, when in a sense there's a reason why you have no post. You know what I mean? Like, you need this. So in the end, he was like, respect and love and all this thing. And I was like, I don't have time for the negativity, man. I wish you the best. God bless you and all that. So it's just having these moments and catalyst moments where I can show the hate and show how other people, I'm sure they deal with these issues as well. And I can show that and bring light to that too. So yeah, just that whole transition, man. And throughout that time, and here we are.
Hey, but see, right after you gave it to him, boy, you should have told him, see, come on over and join my group. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You're right. If I would have had it, you're right.
Meet other folks like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Like, so you gotta get that group going, man.
Facts, bro. Facts.
We need that.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right, bro.
But yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's crazy, you know what I mean, that you meet somebody taking that type of initiative, you know what I mean? Because we all know it, but I think, you know what I'm saying, folks is just too scared to admit it or step out there. For somebody to take that leap, you know what I mean? Like, I can't wait to see how this grows and like just how big it get. Like, to know we was talking about it one day and I'm like, man, this dude ain't got a group mate yet. And I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You you're in the right path, you know what I'm saying? And I can see how you know what I'm saying, believe the confirmations and followed your heart, you know what I'm saying?
And this is another one of those, bro. It's another confirmation.
This hat and 10, what? Hey 10? Oh, what's hat? Okay. Yeah.
I got the full screen on. I don't know what you're reading.
What up, Devin? You know what I'm saying? But
so what else you been into? Oh, look who's here.
This happening, yes, sir.
We got the literal bloodline in the comments.
Facts.
Fred, you got to stop cussing my pastor here.
Hey, bro, be you, bro. Don't let him do that to you, bro.
Look, I already know Pastor pay for people like me every day, and people like you too. So it is what it is.
Oh,
that's
man.
facts. I mean, and and even talking in that aspect, the religious aspect, man, some of the weirdest people, bro, and can't talk about it, bro. Can't talk about it. Can't talk about even the fact that you want to go get a tattoo on your neck, because if you do it, you might not be able to walk back in the church building, bro. You know what I mean? Sad. Or even the people in prominent positions who, we see sometimes some of our people fall so hard, man, but why not? Why can't they have the conversation? Why can't literally a person in high rank be like, listen, I'm struggling with lustful thoughts right now. Like this is they need to be able to express. Do you know what I mean? They're still scared of being ridiculed from the
Well,
congregation. You
well,
know what I mean? It's so many different versions of what this weird thing means, man. And
depending on where you're going with that, like just in, like in church settings, you know what I'm saying, and those business meetings it should be had every year, you know what I mean? But sometimes they're not, you know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Because of what they feel like, people are watching them or seeing them do. So therefore, they scared
right.
of what the ultimate end would be. And if they get put out of a position, then what's the storyline gonna be behind it? So
Facts.
sometimes people saving face, and then if you go up higher, like in the governmental aspect, hey, them folks erasing people. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally. So you gotta walk a fine line. You know what I mean? When you join that, you can't really. You gotta be they weird when you get to that level. You know
That's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying, bro.
You can't be.
But see, that's exactly what he's saying
No,
is
I
you think you
get
got to
it.
be they weird.
I get it, but that's a whole different level. You can't, bro. I just said
Hey,
it.
that's it.
Listen,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's exactly why you like Donald Trump, because he was his own kind of weird.
hey, that was a different weird. Listen, from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
I'm
business
just being messy.
perspective, I,
I'm just
I
being
already
messy.
know, but I'm
We don't
just
want to
saying
get
from
into
a
that right
business
now.
perspective, that was a different. I
Wait,
wasn't saying it like
Mi-
that.
Mike is in Georgia. We don't need to be talking about Trump right now.
Hey,
Facts,
you'd be
bro.
surprised. There's
Facts.
probably a lot of them down there that actually like them. You know what I'm saying? But
You
it's too
know?
weird. It's too weird to say that in our community. You know.
Come on, bro. Tell it.
So, man, I mean, talk about the personal life, man. You said you married your wife within 6 months. I got stop looking at with these comments. But now talk a little bit more about your
Appreciate
personal life. I didn't know that you met and married your wife in 6 months. I didn't know that happened. But
Yeah, bro.
I know you were doing a lot of different stuff. I think you were doing real estate for a little while. If I remember, I think you guys
Yeah,
were
yeah.
in business together, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Still in business together. Um, you know, she honestly, bro, before I met her, I'm definitely not the gentleman you see before you today. Or I was not. Um
Player.
and from the Himalayas. Say no, I'm joking,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, nah, I knew right where that
joking.
came from. Y'all, man. But
Right.
but
No,
you weren't
man.
supposed to join in on that. You were supposed to let him
Oh,
be
my
like,
bad, man. My
nah.
bad. Listen.
It's
I
messy.
gotta be me. I gotta tell how I was. You know what I
I
mean?
feel it.
So yeah, man. God gave me so many confirmations about that lady, man, to the point where on our first date, I told her, I was like, "You mine, you don't even know it." I told her that on my first date. Yup, yup. And she was like, "Oh, you confident, huh? Oh, so you think you know what I'm saying?" I was like, "Why you typing out?"
Because I gotta put this in here. I gotta put this in here right now. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know this because this is your grandfather. But I remember your grandfather talked about how when he met your grandmother and said, "You gonna be my wife."
Are you
Don't
serious, bro?
don't tell me you don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? How I remember your granddaddy better than you.
Dang, that's crazy. Look how
He
that
said
just.
that.
Wow,
He
bro.
said that. Devin
Wow.
might remember that. Devin, if you remember that, say so in the comments. But yeah, man, this is the same thing. When he met mother, he said, "You gonna be my wife," and she looked at him like he was crazy. And here you
Wow.
go, they grandson.
Yep, exactly. Doing the same thing. Wow, that's crazy, bro.
That's
So
dope. I had no
my
idea.
question, my question is, what was she doing, or what made you just knew right off bat like, hey,
Okay.
it's a wrap.
So first off, I was in a position where I don't know why, but I felt in like a revelation sense that the wife was on the way. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something that might freak you out a little bit, or you might not believe it. But if you know my mom, her and God are like this, like
That's how I
tight,
feel
tight,
like
tight.
my mama.
They
You know what I'm saying? All our mamas. You know what I mean?
I know that
So,
feeling.
bro, I had, and I've always wanted it. I always tell God, I said, God, by the time I turn 26, I want to be married. I say this as a kid, like 26, that's about it. Especially in high school, I'm like, yeah, about 26.
Manifestation.
Exactly, bro. So I so when I met her, I was 25 at the time. But before that, about 2 months before that, or about a month and a half before that, I was with another chick who I felt like this was in the same season of, okay, my wife, where's she at? Where's she at? Like, I'm ready to get married, 25, coming 26, let's do it. Um, and one day I looked at a picture of us, right? And her face was totally like distorted. It looked like she aged like 85 to 90 years in this picture. And I was like, what? Like, like put water on your face. Like, what am I looking at? You know what I'm saying? It shocked me. So I looked at it a couple of times. It kept happening. And I looked at it again and it didn't happen. I was like, it was normal. But I was like, what is going on? Like, that was crazy. You know what I mean? 5 o'clock that morning, probably like 4:30 or something like that. My mom hollers at me. And when she wants to talk at 4 or something in the morning, God done, she been up all night dealing with God about something. She's like, that girl you with, she's not it. I said, Mom, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? She said, God has something specific for your bloodline. And there are things in the bloodline that are not conducive and that are not supposed to mix in a sense. And I'm like, well, I did see like a picture of her, there was something really wrong or something was going on that, she was aging so rapidly, you know what I mean? And in that sense, I just said, okay, well, that's a confirmation of something that, I don't know exactly what it is. I can't really pinpoint, but God is saying no to this. So I just hit her up that next day and was like, listen, I'm sorry, I can't be with you, you know? And the crazier part about it, bro, is the way she took it. She said to me, she said, well, you know what? She said, you know what, Mike? Thank you. She said, because now I know what it is to really be loved by a man and to really know what a man is supposed to be like. And she released me, bro. It was crazy because I was like,
Wow.
she was gonna be like, what? What you talking about? What happened? You know what I mean? And it was almost like, dang, so that was God. And I'm like, whoa, So then a month and a half later, when I met India, all these things were clear. It was go time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, in a sense, not necessarily a counterfeit before the blessing, but it was just like God was still teaching me things and in obedience to his word to be like, you do this, you stay obedient. Let me show you what being on my path is. So when she came, she was in Jet Magazine, didn't, mind you, we met at my job. I was already working for Comcast. She was coming in training, right? So all the dudes was like, oh, snap, oh, who's that? You know what I mean? They are already ready. Who's, fresh meat? So when I met her, bro, and we were having these conversations, man, it was just amazing how some of the things she was saying she wanted for her life were a lot of the things that I knew that God had for me in a wife. And it wasn't like I had to pull these things out of her. She was just talking about her goals, her aspirations, and all these things she wanted to do, and family and stuff like that. And this is just general conversation. Honestly, I'm eavesdropping and overhearing these things. So I'm making my little, plugs in here, whatever. I walked up to her one day at the desk, and I was like, hey, I just gotta tell you, you're absolutely gorgeous. That's what I told her. And I just left it at that, right? Just planting a little seed just to see what you're gonna do with it. You know what I mean? So, bro, one day we're at work, right? And I was like, okay, this today I'm gonna ask her out or ask her, just let me get her number or whatever. And she looked at my WWJD bracelet. And this is before I asked her. She said, oh, I like your bracelet. I was like, thank you. She was like, well, what does that mean to you? I said, first I was like, what, you don't know WWJD? What would Jesus do? Like, everybody knows that. I said, it means, what would Jesus do? She said, I know that, but what does it mean to you? Bro, when I tell you, I took a pause and was like, dang. Like, you know what I mean? You just rocked my mind because you care. Like, what? You trying to figure out what's my relationship like? You know, and I'm too busy at home showing people you in Jet Magazine. You know what I mean? It's like, does she have this depth to you? Like, what? Bruh. I mean, she just all around. I mean, and then like my grandma, you know, my Granny McPherson, she's not very, I guess, accepting of the girls that I brought to the table, right? She never met India. And when my mom called her and told, she was like, yeah, that's the one. I was like, what? Granny said that's the one? How? She didn't even meet her. She don't like nobody. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just so many things, man. And then she, you know, fit right in with the fam, and you know, it's just, bro. When I tell you, man, that, I mean, she saved, she allowed God through her to save my life, bro.
That's
Save
dope.
my life, man. Yeah,
That's dope, man.
That's deep.
appreciate it.
I'm happy for you, bro.
Hey, man,
So,
thank you.
so you got a new project dropping soon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I got Follow the White Rabbit EP coming out in a few months here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Matrix at all, like the first movie, but there was a point where, hey, appreciate that, bro. A real one for sure, for sure. So there was a point in the movie where, in the very beginning, he was getting like communication through his computer, and it was Morpheus talking to him or whatever, and the computer said, you know, follow the white rabbit. And so after that, Neo's at his apartment, and a group of people come in, and they look super weird. Of course, you know, they black hair, kind of look, you know, gothic or emo in a sense or whatever. And they're trying to go to this show, and they're like, hey, you know, roll with us. And Neo's like, nah, I'm straight. And this girl turns around, and she's got a tattoo of a white rabbit right here on her shoulder. And when he peeped the white rabbit, he was like, oh, okay, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go with y'all. So my sense, in the sense, is this is a begin, because Weird and Peculiar, I was like, is more of the synopsis. I talk a lot of metaphorical things and stuff like that, but now I believe it's getting more into what you said, Fred, is where I'm going to start to categorize and go into depth into these things. So, you know, I'm going to talk to all from how we, you know, feel like in order to fit in society, girls got to go lay on the surgery table and do certain things because they don't like the way that their body looks, you know. Not just talking about depressive thoughts, but talk about how, bro, I was 9-10 years old. I would go in the closet and wrap a belt around my neck and do this in tears, you know, because I'm just like, oh, why am I so blah blah blah? Why am I so, you know, and I'm hurting, and you know, all these other things, bro. So we're gonna get a little deeper. And to me, calling myself the white rabbit, in the sense that I want to be that thing subconsciously that's like, I want to hop on a wave, you know. I want to follow this dude. Something is lining up with something maybe I've been struggling with, or some things subconsciously and mentally I've been thinking, but this guy's able to tap into that, you know, and follow me along the journey. So even the flow on it is a little more aggressive, in a sense, a little more, you know, we're probably going to end up sticking the parental advisory sticker on this one type deal, you know, not necessarily for profanity, but if I'm going to talk about, you know, somebody slitting the wrist or whatever, you know what I mean? Things like that. Drugs. Let's not just say drugs. No, let's talk about how people around me used to do 51ers and lace that coke with the herb, and you know, let's talk about it all. Let's be real. So yeah, that's coming out. I got a great engineer working on it. You know, we got some bangers coming out, bro. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And I definitely, if y'all would allow me to come back at that time and, you know, chop it up with y'all and maybe get some tips and reviews. I know Fred and Brad gonna tell me what the real is when it drops. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We'll always do a listening party, and
bet.
You go ahead and get some live reviews. That concept I think is really gonna pull a lot of different people in because the White Rabbit already has like a trippy type
Come
of
on, bro. Why you so
connotation to it.
on, bro? Oh
You know
my
what I'm saying?
god.
So
Yes.
like
Yes.
once
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, divulge inside, then you know what I mean, like it I see where you at. I don't want to say tread lightly, but do what you got to do because some of them people gonna be coming in a headspace that's different. You know what I mean? I know you want them coming in. That's the ones you're looking for with the
Right,
with the
bro.
weird headspace. So you know what I mean? Just be mindful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it when they in that realm of things, you never know how they can go with it. You know what I mean?
You're right,
So
bro. Oh, I hear you. I
but
hear you.
yeah, I'm with you, you know what I'm saying? Like that, yeah, that's I see where you're going. That's gonna be big. I can see that. I can see that being real big for you. Like
I
it
appreciate
got a
it.
lot of it's hard
Yes.
to really put my fingers on it, but it like I
Hey,
said, with
see,
that,
you are. Come on, bruh.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said though, it's I can see the trippiness, I can see your angle. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You coming from two different points. It has it's gonna have that good versus evil clash in it. So it's you know what I mean, it's gonna be real tugging, like so that hey, y'all, hey, be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be fire though. That's a nice project.
Bad.
I don't say
Appreciate
that
that, bro.
often to people, but that's
Hey, man,
you know what I mean? That's
confirmation,
a
bruh.
that's a dope project. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope
Thank you.
idea. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? Stick with it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Don't fall off you know, into a different realm. You gotta see
Oh
that
yeah,
all the
bro.
way through so that way it lands how you want it to. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, bro. It's too important. You know, this is beyond music, bro. This is a message we getting out here. A message, bro. You know.
Yeah, man. So in the meantime, where can people find you?
So follow me on TikTok or IG at Mike Easel7. That's at MikeIsel7.
I was just about to say if y'all rewind back, he had it on his back. But there it
Yes,
go.
sir.
So same name for for Instagram and for TikTok.
Correct. Correct. Yes, sir.
And Weird and Peculiar is out now.
Yes.
I know it's on Spotify because I have Spotify. Is it on Apple Music?
Yes, sir. All platforms.
All
Yep.
right.
Weird and Peculiar, all platforms.
So
6-song EP. It was really, really, man, a wonderful thing. You know, I only got one track on there that wasn't produced by me. All the other tracks on this new EP are produced by me as well. So, you know, I'm trying to just expand, bro, and do it, you know, all in a sense. You know, God's given us so many different things, bro, that we could tap into.
For
So,
sure.
yes,
yeah,
sir.
man.
For
Yes, sir.
sure. Hey,
Well, look,
Devin, we'll meet one time, you know what I'm saying, or so. Just, you know, let me know.
Hey.
I'm always down to meet new people. That's my thing, bro. That's my thing. I love meeting folks.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
that's,
That'll be a good meeting, bro.
he
That'll be
gonna
a good meeting.
he gonna crack on my head on Wednesday when I'm doing food distro at the church. Oh wait, wait, he's on vacation this week, so next week he'll crack on my head.
Right.
hey,
But listen, everybody, go follow Mike on Instagram. Follow Mike on TikTok. If you're listening to this in podcast form, it'll be in the show notes. Follow us while you're at it. Go listen. I can talk. Listen to Weird and Peculiar, and listen to the entire archive of what's happening on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Follow us at What's Happening. Follow Fred at Mr.Humble_beginnings on Instagram. I will remember all these social media names one day. Follow me, Brad Robinson 86 or 1986 on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. If you like what we do, leave us a 5-star review. Share the show so we can hit the algorithms and more people can follow us and join in on these weird and peculiar conversations. And thank you. And we will see y'all next week.
peace.
Hey, bro, God bless y'all.